Gregory, coach, will take an opening statement, and then we'll take questions about the game.
Well, I think it's important on this day to start it off and just thank the veterans out there for all that they do for this country. It's a great example. It doesn't matter who the president is, what political affiliation, those guys are out there and they do their job. They do their job to protect us every single day. On this day, it's just a day to honor them, especially here at the University of South Florida that does such an unbelievable job. Obviously, our community has a strong military foundation, and obviously so does our university. So started off like that, and move on to the game. What can you say? I mean, we play hard. We play with great energy and intensity. We play physical, and Austin Peay matched us every step of the way. They're really good. They're well coached. They're tough. They're trying to find themselves a little bit too. They got some returning players from a team that won 19 games last year. They were picked last in the league and took third and made it to the semifinals of their conference tournament, replacing a couple good players, but they got good players stepping in. So that's a team that maybe no one, I asked our guys 3 weeks ago, not this week, where is Austin Peay? And half the guys don't even know, okay? But that's the way college basketball is nowadays. There's talent everywhere. There's good players everywhere, and you got to bring it every single day. And just take a look at this past weekend. So with that being said, our guys did do that. They came and they played hard. They played with great energy. They played with toughness and some grit and some resiliency. We hung in there in the first half. We had some wide open shots, some good offense, just not able to make those baskets. And then in the second half kind of stretched it, but then kind of got a little bit out of sorts. Our consistency and our connection on the court is going to be our biggest challenges throughout this year as we continue to find ourselves and learn how to play at this level for 40 minutes. A lot of good basketball from a lot of guys. Just proud of our guys, and they just kept fighting, and they figured out a way with kind of toughness and some grit to win the game.
Coach, for the second game in a row, had a double-digit lead, and the other team came back, took the lead. Can you talk about how the team has handled adversity? Because they seem to be just real chill throughout the whole game.
Yeah, maybe too chilled. And again, you're playing against another team, so it's not always what you do. Sometimes the other team finds a rhythm and makes some shots and gets some defensive stops, but obviously the free throws during that stretch didn't help. We had some opportunities to extend the lead at the free throw line. Made some offensive plays that weren't as smart as we need to make. But again, I think the point you're trying to make is we got a competitive group. I think it's a great trait. We're very, very, very competitive. And some guys, you can see maybe shook a little bit in terms of some of the mistakes they made, but they were able to bounce back. And I think that's a great trait for us moving forward because, we're going to have a lot of these games. Just knock down, drag out, WWE, try to figure out how to win it. And we did tonight.
I know Kerr probably makes you want to pull your hair out sometimes, but he gave you some very quality minutes, it appeared, tonight.
Well, sometimes would be the understatement of the evening. But I'd rather have to cool a guy down than heat him up. And he's just learning. You know what I mean? He's just learning, but he does play hard, plays with great energy, gets a lot of positive things done. And so you got to keep coaching him, and it's going to take some time. You got to have some patience with the guys that are playing extended minutes and playing a vital role on a team at this level for the first time in their careers. It's a big jump. But I thought, Lex got the foul trouble. He played 13 minutes. He gets 4 rebounds for us, 3 defensive rebounds. We need him out there, because he's our best rebounder. I'm on Mike Dorr about rebounding. I look at the stats. He gets 10 defensive rebounds for us. So we're young when it comes to those positions. no post player, Nick played, 4 minutes, no post player has ever played at this level. And it played a significant role in an important game. So all those guys are new. Man, Mike, Yetna, and Antune. So we got some room to grow there. But again, I like the energy and the passion, and we just, like I said in the last game, some stuff you see on TV that, we at this level now, it's a point of emphasis, so we got to learn that.
Coach, not a great first half from the field. You guys only shot 28%, but you guys went 50% from the field in the second half. What changed?
We got some stops and got some breaks, but we finished some more plays around the basket. The other thing is second chance points. We get 17, so on some of those misses, we were able to get some putbacks. I thought the 15 offensive rebounds were big. We were +7 on the glass, which is important for us. We want to be +5 on the glass. We were +7, so that was good. We want to hold teams under 42%. They shot 33. So we did a lot of the objectives that we wanted. This was a game that you could have had 25, 26 turnovers, and so to keep it to 18 in a 45-minute game is actually pretty good. But we made some shots, too. David made a big 3. TJ made a big 3. But we finished some plays around the basket, which in the first half we didn't do.
You mentioned getting in and around the basket. You guys outscored them 38-16 in the paint. Your guards were going to the paint. Your forwards were getting in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that you were able to dominate in the painted area?
Well, we do have, in David and Q, we have 2 very physical guards. So they can take body blows and still get the shot up and finish. And our big guys were active around there too. They kept switching back man and zone. I thought our guys handled that change really well in terms of executing what we wanted to execute. So, and again, we are bigger and stronger than we have been. So attacking the rack and getting to the basket is something that is important to us, and it also gets you to the free throw line. Now, you can't miss 20 of them. You know what I mean? So, but that's something that, we need to, again, you get to the free throw line, you need to take a deep breath, you need to relax, and you need to shoot the ball, and we'll get better there as well.
Taylor was a point of emphasis in the scouting report.
Mm-hmm.
And at the under 12 timeout in the first half, he only had 2 points, and they came to the free throw line. What was he doing differently after that?
Well, he got 4 offensive rebounds. I don't know how many he got in the first half. I think he 2, so he got 2 in the second half. He made the big 3 in the second half, but he was just active around the basket, and it tips and taps, and he did 6 for 12, but he got 11 free throws. I don't know how many he shot in the first half, if he shot any, but he was much more aggressive in the second half, and that got him to the free throw line. And to get 21 points, and you only take 12 shots, probably either got to shoot it really well, which 6 for 12 is good, but you got to get to the line, and that's what he did. He got to the line. But the one thing we did force him into, we forced him into 3 turnovers. And then their senior guard, Harris, who's been playing exceptionally well, started the game really well, we forced him into 5 turnovers. You know what I mean? So, it's a different area of our game that we didn't have last year. We can get after the ball and guard the ball and force some turnovers with our pressure. We don't really press. So that's an area too where, there were some areas that I saw tonight that I know we're going to struggle at this particular point in the season, which is good. Now our guys got to be open to learning and not stubborn in terms of doing it their way, being disciplined to our system and our style, which is one of our things that we always talk about. And if they do that, then we can eliminate, at least lessen some of the areas that we struggled at tonight.
Coach, you got basically a brand new team coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
Does a win like this kind of help your team come together and bond?
Yeah, again, I'll be brutally, any win right now in this program is a great win with where we're at. You know what I mean? And we celebrate in there, yes. So this is a good win for us. This is a really good win. Again, one of the reasons is I think that team is going to win a lot of games this year. You know, so I don't know what their schedule is, if they got a bunch of bye games, you know, because sometimes they, you know, those teams have to buy, you know, get bought a lot. But in that league, that team's going to be good. But to grind out the win, to make the mistakes that we made in some critical times, if those guys are willing to learn from it, not only will it get us, you know, like you said, you know, kind of that connection gets built, but also guys, you know, guys will learn. I always say it's fix the roof when the sun's shining, not when it's raining. So the sun shine because we won, but we got some holes in the roof we need to get to. All good?
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys.